Hello everyone, welcome. Tone here, and today we're going to be checking out Dawn of the Mexica. This is a new traditional roguelike game that came out about a month ago, and it looks pretty cool, and I'm excited to check it out. This is going to be an unspoiled playthrough. If you've seen my blind playthroughs before, it's the same deal. I have not played the game before, and I've really just looked at the website here and I kind of just read the game overview, and there's a little tips and tricks section that I browsed through that we can talk about in a second. But let's get started with the blurb on the website, and we can see what this game's about. Dawn of the Mexica is a challenging roguelike video game based on the myths of the indigenous people of the Valley of Mexico in the age of the Colhua Mexica Empire and the invasion of the Spanish conquistadors. One fateful morning, the village of Cuautitlán dawns in total darkness. What happens to the sun? Fuels the Pochitli. Did the gods decide it's time to destroy the world again? Embark in a quest to find out and save your people and the whole world from the fall of the fifth sun. So that's a pretty epic plot. I'm definitely excited about that. So this game is like focus and definitely a part of history and like culture that I'm not very knowledgeable about, and I think that's cool. I'm excited to learn about it and check it out. I think it's a really interesting theme and setting, and for people who are like really into those parts of history and this kind of stuff, it's probably like even way more interesting to see a game in this setting, because I don't think this is used terribly often. I guess there have been some games here and there, and it's always a cool setting. But was it Realm of the Dark Gods, or there's a non-traditional roguelike game with a name like that that's kind of a similar vibe, where you're hunting for treasure and like Aztec temples and stuff. So it definitely gets used, but it's not one of the more common settings, especially for a traditional roguelike, where you end up seeing a lot of fantasy stuff and some like just like kind of more generic like sci-fi stuff. So it's really cool to see a game in this setting, and I'm excited to check it out. And you've probably already noticed there's a lot of words and stuff that I associate with like Aztec, and I'm going to be terrible at pronouncing it. I'll probably say everything once and then shorten it if it gets used a lot in the game. Um, I just know it's seems like it's pronounced Mexica because I saw the dev saying it in a video, so I'll be pronouncing that correctly, I hope. But everything else is who knows. So I'll just get that out of the way up top. But yeah, it looks like a cool game. Let's read the game features here. Pure turn-based roguelike with procedural level generation, different every game, character permadeath, and colored dynamic lighting. So all of that is, we're probably not going to even consider the game a traditional roguelike if it doesn't have those first three. And the colored dynamic lighting is a cool feature. That's actually something that's in Zorbus that I have been playing recently. One of my last videos was a blind playthrough of that. And that uses dynamic lighting. I know this game has stealth mechanics as well. So we're probably going to see a lot of that. It might be interesting to even contrast that a bit with what we've seen in Zorbus. Extremely complex and realistic combat system. Every weapon and armor type combination is taken into account, and there's more than 1,000 detailed critical effects. Every part of your body can be injured or broken, burned or frozen. You can become blind or deaf. You can bleed, become stunned, knocked out. So lots of stuff there. I like the combat complexity. A lot of roguelikes don't go terribly in depth with there. You might have some basic status effects, but not body parts and stuff like that too often. So it'll be really interesting to see how they implement that in this game. Let's see, we have complex character sheet with 9 stats, 12 character classes, more than 100 spells, and more than 40 skills to choose from as you level up. You know, I'm a sucker for character progression and development as far as like stats and leveling up and stuff like that. I don't think it fits every game, and it's can't be hard to do correctly in a roguelike and not just have like certain stats that are better than others and optimal ways to play. So I'm definitely excited to play with this system and see how they've done it here. And yeah, if I see like a intricate stat system, I really just get enraptured with that kind of stuff and really enjoy it. But like I said, every game should not have that and does not need it. There's a lot of games that don't have stats at all, really, like Brogue, that are phenomenal. But I'm definitely excited to check this game out with that. Friendly and intuitive interface. Complex doesn't mean hard to use. Yeah, UI is huge, especially for traditional roguelike. So if they've put some thought into that here and have done a good job of it, anything that really facilitates the player's experience and makes it easier to play the game is very great in every game, and particularly needed in a lot of traditional roguelikes. So that is good to hear. They have focused on that there. And we have a weather and survival system. Even a torch may change temperature around you. Be careful not to freeze or faint from the heat. So that sounds really cool. You don't see that in a lot of games. I know some games like Frozen Depths are kind of built around mechanics like that. So I'm really excited to see how this game approaches that as well. Very, very cool. And I read through the tips and tricks. So some things that I gleaned from that, there's like a stamina system where you use stamina in combat, I guess, and you can get like fatigued and like fall asleep if you don't rest. And not just like resting by like waiting turns. Like I think you actually have to sleep sometimes. And so that's pretty neat. You gotta, I don't know if like just movement uses stamina, but there's like a, it seems like between that and this weather, there's like a, is a pretty complex survival system here potentially. I saw there's stealth. Enemies can, certain enemies can smell you, and like the direction of the wind affects how well they can smell you. Like with if they're downwind of you and stuff, which is pretty interesting. So there's a lot of complexity here, and at least that's my initial sense, that there's a lot of complexity, a lot of different systems that seem like they could probably interact with each other in really interesting ways, which I really like. That's kind of the magic of roguelikes to me, is these systems, and with the procedural generation, they interact in surprising and emergent ways that you don't suspect, and that's really brings you a lot of novel situations game after game after game. So I'm really excited to see that in this game. And that with all the classes and all this stuff, it tends to lead to a lot of replayability, which is obviously important in a roguelike. So I'm definitely excited to see that. But enough talking about all that. I think it's time to actually play this thing. So let's check it out. All right, here is the starting game screen. It looks like we have a tutorial and a new game option. I think we should probably check out the tutorial. I'm mostly curious about the controls. I didn't see any controls in the options here, so that's probably the most important thing here. All right, tutorial, basic movement. Let's get started. Please try moving around with the arrow keys or otherwise by clicking on the arrows on the numeric keyboard on the right. If you move towards the door, it will open. To close the door, press Shift-C or click the closed door icon. So it looks like there is both mouse and keyboard support. It'll be interesting to see as we go on. Well, I probably won't know or test this too heavily, but I think a good feature in a lot of roguelikes nowadays is to have the ability to play fully on the keyboard or on the mouse. And it looks like this game is kind of trying to do that. Looks like I can hit O here, okay to proceed. I like to use the mouse and the keyboard for a lot of stuff. Sometimes it's easier to point, and if there's like tooltips like it looks like we have here, the mouse is definitely good for that stuff. Alright, we got some messages down here in the bottom as well. Welcome to Dawn of the Mexica. This game interface is really simple and intuitive, yet it really has a lot of possibilities. As you get deeper into it, you will learn that it is an extremely complex simulation. In this tutorial, you will learn the basic actions that will help you survive for a while. Remember, death is permanent in Dawn of the Mexica. Good luck. In this text box, you will find all the descriptive information on what's going on in the game. I like how they said that this is an extremely complex simulation. That word simulation is notable here, because this game does have a lot of aspects, it sounds like, that you would associate with a simulationist systems, which is the hunger and the sleep and the hot and cold like temperature and the stamina, and like that all kind of falls in the survival aspect that this game is clearly building on. So some of that stuff people don't want in their games, but it can make for a really fun and interesting game. So again, I know I keep saying that I'm excited to see how this game does this stuff, but there are a lot of different systems, and that's another one that I'm definitely excited to see here. So this specifically says arrow keys, but I see diagonals here, so I'm kind of curious if I can move with the numpad. Okay, I can move with the numpad, and I can move with diagonals on the numpad. You can use the arrow keys, but obviously... Oh! If I hit two of them at the same time, I can move diagonally. Trying to see... Look at this time system on the left. 30.38 if I move up, or 31.25. That is quite granular. So to move up, I'm already getting like stupidly in depth just in the tutorial. I'm mostly curious to see if it's moving as a single action when I hit two of these arrow keys at the same time or not. So moving up was 0.87 time units. If I try to move diagonally, what's that? 3477, 3653. So that was 1.76, so 0.88. Seemed pretty close. I don't know if there's some rounding in there. And I don't know if it accounts for diagonal movement as being longer than up or down movement. Be curious to... $58.65. That's 1.24. Huh. I feel like the movement's being variable. I wonder if it's like influenced by my stamina. I don't know. We don't need to focus on that. I feel like if I go down that road, this whole episode will just be looking at diagonal movement mechanics in this game. So let's try and breeze through a lot of that. But that's a lot of the stuff that I personally find really interesting to look at in these games. But let's try and get like a more thorough overview and not get into the nitty-gritty on every single little detail. Which I'm doing a terrible job at so far, but let's open this door so I can move into it. What was it? Shift-C? The Shift-C automatically closes it. So that did it automatically. I wonder what happens... Okay, so I'm assuming this would pop up, this close command, if there was like two options as well. So that's interesting. All right, tutorial, taking stuff. Sometimes you may find things on the ground or inside containers. Move one step north so you're over the torch and take it by using the comma key, which is the take command. Otherwise, just click on the close hand icon that'll appear when you're over it. The game will tell you between parentheses which inventory slot it was assigned to. Where's the close hand icon? Is it this? Yeah. I'm going to use the comma key as a very common pickup command. Dating all the way back to at least NetHack. So we took the Acodal torch, and it's on A. Attack/bash what? How come, oh, I hit A, which is an attack command. Which is different than having A in the inventory. Very cool. And... ooh, nice little inventory menu here, which we'll look at momentarily. I'm sure that it'll come up in the tutorial. All right, light. The room to the north is in darkness, which is very common in this game. Open your inventory, press I or click on the pouch, then choose your torch and wield it with your left hand. Or just right click on it and choose the wield with left hand option. So it looks like there's a lot of different ways to do stuff, which is something you want. In roguelikes. You want the mouse compatibility, and that's really the usability in the UI like we were talking about earlier. Once you've done that, open your inventory again, and press the right arrow to choose the equip screen, choose the torch, and ignite it. Finally ignite it. You can also do this by right-clicking your torch and choosing the ignite option from the drop-down menu. So it seems like there's right-click context menus. Alright, so I can choose the torch, a rod made of Acodal wood with some wood on its upper, or more wood on its upper tip. 1500 fuel left. Requires the blunt weapon skill. Oh, so you can use it as a weapon. We have 1 rank in that, 0.6 kilograms. It is quite new. That's interesting. I wonder if weapons like degrade in quality as you use them. Like if this will not be quite new soon. Let's see, you can wield on the left hand, right hand. I wonder why that is in red, or drop it. So if I hit L here, cool, it goes right into my offhand. And then what was I supposed to do? Hit I to ignite. I gotta go here first. No, that is the loincloth. We will not be using that. Those are my eye slots, so I select E. Okay, so at the bottom here it says you can unwield, ignite, or drop the torch. Cool. I have a feeling that, I mean, it was pretty good in the, pretty easy to use with the keyboard. I don't know if I'm gonna end up using the mouse or keyboard more. The mouse seems very intuitive as well. Alright, so let's go ahead and ignite that. Alright, tutorial weaponry. And I actually wanted to mess around with the torch some more in that room, but we gotta read this first. Otherwise we may never see it again. You can attack barehanded, but wielding a weapon is a better idea unless you've got, if you're good at unarmed combat. Fortunately, you have... Ooh, I'm not gonna read that one. We have a Macu sword nearby. You can check you have the one-handed weapons skills by opening your character sheet with tab, the scroll-like icon on the mini-map. Around the mini-map? Okay, that's there on the right. I see that. Grab the sword by pressing comma or clicking on the hand icon once you're on the same tile, then open your inventory. Choose the sword and wield it with your main hand. Of course, you can do this by clicking on the inventory icon, then right-clicking the sword. Okay, I'm getting the process here. I don't think we need to read all these in depth. I want to kind of move along here. Yeah, I do want to see here. Wait, why can't I? Oh, hang on. I got to do this. Extinguish. So ignite and extinguish are separate keys. That's interesting to note. Oh wow, this is really dark. I can't even see the item that was on the ground anymore. It just says there is something on the ground now. It didn't even tell me what. Let's see, tutorial combat. Combat in Dawn of the Mexica is turn-based and tactically quite complex. Yes, that is what we love in these roguelike games. You should try to fight in corridors so that you only face one enemy at a time. Darkness might become your ally, but keep in mind that some enemies can smell you, even from afar. Mind the direction of wind is blowing and its strength. When you open this door, wait, pressing the dot key or clicking on the hourglass icon until the rat is in an adjacent square. Then attack first by moving towards it with the arrow keys or pressing A, and then pressing the appropriate key. So it looks like we can bump, or we can do like a manual attack with the A button. Or A key. Alternatively, you can wait by guarding G, the shield icon. Every turn you guard, you use your weapon to protect yourself. However, this consumes stamina and attacks may damage your main weapon. So maybe that's where the quality comes in if you're guarding. I wonder what the benefit of guarding is. Maybe if you're faster and you know you can line up a guard with their attack. And then like get more attacks in like between their attacks. Just kind of thinking ahead tactically there. Alright, well let's put our torch back on now that we kind of see how that works. Let's actually pick this thing up. Alright, let's wield this in the main hand. And what does it say about that? Short Macu sword. A one-handed Macu sword is a short wooden club with sharp-edged obsidian blades attached to it. Ooh, most roguelikes obsidian is like a late game thing. You get that in the very beginning of the game here. This weapon requires the one-handed blade skill. You have 10 ranks in it. And it's quite new. Let's check out that character sheet. Let's see. We are Sipactly, the expert archer, warrior in parentheses. These are characteristics. Base stats and recovery rate. I like all that. This game gets super granular. We're going down to the thousandth of a decimal place on the hit point recovery there. 0.159 per turn. Let's see, resistances. Fire, cold, electricity, poison, magic, blunt, cutting, and piercing. Alright. Skills. You can buy skill levels when you level up, and every factor affecting the skill totals is in the column total. So we have a base level here. I think class is giving us a bonus here, and then we have a dex bonus. I'm assuming that's kind of what's going on there. Where's our one-handed blades? Ooh, 17. That's actually our highest skill. Is that because we have high strength? Yeah, our strength is higher than our dex. Interesting. What kind of skills do we have here? Spellcasting, disarm traps, meditation, tracking, detect traps, jumping, perception, first aid, two-handed blades, unarmed fighting, blunt weapons, throwable weapons. Nice slate of skills there. Definitely some interesting ones like meditation, tracking sounds cool. Detect traps and perception. I wonder what the difference between those are. First aid. I read something on the tip screen that there's actually a tear command where you tear up clothes to make bandages to like stop bleeding and heal you, which almost sounds like too deep for me, but I really want to see how that works. That sounds really cool, honestly. I know games like Cataclysm, Dark Days Ahead, like get really deep and stuff like that, and probably a little too much for me. But I can definitely handle a little bit of that, so I'm really interested to see how this game approaches that. And I will rip up some clothes and make some bandages. That means we get to heal. And what kind of stats do we have here? Characteristics: strength, con, dex. We got quickness. Quickness and dex are separate. Charisma, intelligence, intuition, faith, and luck. Oh, the tips section on the website said that luck was very important. So it'd be cool to build around this once we start playing. I guess crits are heavily affected by luck, is what it mentioned in particular. Okay, we already read that. All right, open the door. What was the rest command again? It was a dot. Can I use 5? 5 must be long rest, because it says there are enemies nearby. I'll try guarding this guy. Let's see what that does. I'm gonna hit G. You're guarding your position against your enemies. A rabid rat tries to bite you but fails. A rabid rat tries to bite you but fails. We heard that clank. Their bite against our sword, I guess. Alright, let's bash this thing. You hit a rabid rat with a short Macu sword. Bloody strike pierces a rabid rat's lower back. A rabid rat bites you. You get a cut on your right calf. You are bleeding. Bloody strike. I wonder how that worked. That was like automatic, I guess. So can I inspect the rat somehow? We'll probably learn that soon. Okay, so I'm bleeding now. Is there some other place I can see that? Let's see in the top left. Oh, look at this blood splatter. I like it. Nice touch. I actually don't see like our... Oh, here we go. Bleeding. And hurt. We're taking like 1 damage a turn. So here's a corpse of a rabid rat. Can I take that? No. Is there anything I can do with that? I gotta eat, right? Do we eat rats? I can kick, jump, meditate, guard, scream, chop corpse. You butcher a corpse of a rabbit rat, but it yields nothing useful. Interesting. Tutorial bandages. Oh, I was probably supposed to find that while I was bleeding. So I assume they stopped bleeding. Bandages are really useful to gain health. They also will stop bleeding, although they're less effective than tourniquets. To use them, you have to take the bandages up your inventory, use them on yourself. You can also cure others. These actions can also be performed through your mouse and right-click options. Most pieces of clothing can be turned into bandages. If you want to try this, go to your inventory, highlight the equipped section, choose a piece of clothing, and press T to take it off. Once in your inventory, access it again by pressing T or choosing the appropriate drop-down. You will tear the piece of clothing into bandages. All right, let's pick these up. Oh, we have 10 of them. Let's use them. You can use it on yourself. You heal yourself with a bandage. See, it didn't tell us how much we healed. Should be nice to see it in the log down there, but it looks like, I don't know where we're at. We're at like 50 something. We lost a lot. Some were chopping up that corpse. Dude, let's tear up some clothing. What do we got? I got a dress. And a loincloth. Yeah, we're gonna tear up the loincloth. Alright. It's okay, we still got a dress covering ourselves up. Alright, tear apart. Cool, that gave us 2 bandages. Alright, what about the dress? I'm actually curious to see if like the dress has like more material in it. This weighs 0.4 kilograms. I didn't see how much the loincloth weighs. I wonder if like that has anything to do with like how many bandages you get. Tear it up. Oh, 4 bandages. And we're now in the nude, but I got 7 more bandages. I'm gonna go ahead and heal right up. Oh yeah, max health. Our stamina is low. I'm gonna rest. Heck yeah. Stamina is up. Tutorial magic. Oh sweet, we get to use some spells now. Spells are organized in spell list. In order to cast a spell, you must first press M, or the magic icon with a purple flame, then choose a spell list, and finally a spell. In the next room is a rat and some water it cannot cross. Choose the Fire Mastery list and Fire Zap. Once you do this, use the arrow keys to remove the target, or to move the target cursor, and press C to cast the spell, or just click on the rat. To improve your success rate, try meditating before casting. You'll also notice deep water damages you by drowning. It is countered through the swimming skill. Oh, you don't like water, Mr. Rat. Warm body, fire zap, 0% fail, so I don't have to meditate, although I'm gonna meditate anyways. You meditate for a few seconds, your mind calms down. Okay, so that's taking like less than a turn for us. Your mind is clear, your mind is blank. Interesting. So that doesn't... Meditating is just like a short action. It's cool how you can do that to bring your spell failure down. Alright, fire zap. Oh, he's too far away? Looks like I can't abort. I wonder if I lost meditation by moving now, or if that persists until you actually do cast a spell. Oh, I just hit a zoom button. Nice. Is that better for you guys? The size of the room so far make this pretty good. Oh my god, we're naked. What have I done? I did not even notice that before. Sorry. This, I don't know if I have to put a warning on this video now. Alright, let's see. I want to keep hitting that. I guess Z is the zap command in a lot of roguelikes. Alright, Fire Mastery, Fire Zap. Cast Fire Zap on a rabbit rat. You try to attack a rabbit rat with Fire Zap, but fail? Oh, I keep doing that. That's weird. Magic, Fire Mastery. It's 0% fail. How did I fail? Oh, is it because I moved? How am I failing? Our mind must not be clear enough. Alright, your mind is clear. Let's try this again. Oh my god, it only does 1 damage? This is gonna take a while, guys. Oh, what? I just did 131 damage? What? I don't get the magic system so far. This is going to take some getting used to. We failed twice with our 0% fail chance. We did 1 damage, and then we did 131 damage. There's a lot of variance there. I don't know if maybe they're resistant because it's cold and we had to warm them up with the first zap, and then they became more vulnerable. Maybe. It's crazy. That is crazy. We are drowning. I guess I can just like wait here and drown. Ooh. It's okay. We got bandages. We have nothing else. We have no clothes, but we have bandages. All right, let's chop this corpse up. Nothing useful. Let's use our bandages, heal up. Yeah, I'll splurge on the bandages. That's why we got them. All right, distant weapons. Mexica weaponry features several kinds of distant weapons. Slings, Tlahuatoli bows, and atlatl spear throwers. Open the nearby barrel by getting close to it and pressing E with the finger icon, and then the arrow key pointing to the left. Once you've taken the bow, unequip the torch and sword and equip the bow. You must also quiver the arrows. This is done the same way you equip something. Finally, once you're wielding the bow and quivering your arrows, press F to fire. The same target as with offensive magic will appear. Choose your target, press F again, and fire your arrow. To improve your chances to hurt your enemies, try aiming. A key when targeting an enemy before you fire. So that's kind of the equivalent to meditating for spells, it sounds like. As with any other action, these can be performed with the mouse. However, if you learn to use keys, you'll see you can play much faster. I believe that. That one's sleeping. Oh, I moved too much and I woke him up. Let's see. E, what does E do? E is interact. Give me that, give me that. Alright, can I like equip it directly? Too full. Alright, so I need to do this. Unwield. Unwield. I wonder if it's gonna get dark in here. Alright, arrows are quivered. What key? I just hit attack. Use arrows. Uh-oh. Is it F? Okay, it's F. Nice and easy. Ooh. Oh. There's a that was a big crit, I guess. We did like 1, 3, and then 23 damage. The attack pierces the rabbit rat's chest. A lot of blood spatters around. It falls unconscious. You kill the rabbit rat. More than unconscious there. The rabbit rat gets hit. Gets a light wound in its right lower hind leg. Oh yeah, I forgot how in-depth these systems are. Let's try aiming. You aim for your target. Follow your target's movements. You have pinpointed your target. Ooh, that's a good shot. Nice aim. Oh, stunning strike hits a rabbit rat's lower back was the first one. Cool. Pick up our arrows. Pick up the skeleton? Nah. Alright, no damage. Other skills. There are a few more skills you can use if you have them. J is for jumping, useful to avoid rivers and traps. Might have been good to know earlier. K is for kicking, door breaking, NPC pushing. that's rude. H is for hiding, and B for going berserk. These all have icons on the top of the main text box as well. You can also search for traps, disarm them by pressing E and the arrow key. The interaction action is useful for several things: taming animals, opening containers, sleeping on a bed, pulling levers, etc. As a final exercise, try use looking, tracking skill, and footsteps icon before opening any door to avoid the corridor with an enemy that is too tough for you. One of the other two corridors has a hidden spike trap. Try to search for and disarm it. Okay, that's a lot of information to take in. First thing I want to do is try jumping. Make a decent jump. That uses a lot of stamina. And moving is slowly lowering our stamina. Let's rest up. Alright, so we're going to want to search here. Oh, shoot. I did not mean... Wait, what? I just hit S to search and it opened the door. Weird. That was the one that we were supposed to look through. I guess we're fighting the huge condor. Ooh. I have my bow equipped. I don't know how useful this is in melee. Too close. Completely worthless. Let's go ahead and see if we can get another huge 130 damage fire spell off. Not that one. Wait. I tried moving back because he didn't get a turn, so I thought maybe we were faster than him. But I moved back and then died immediately. So a huge condor tries to claw at you but fails. A huge condor claws at you. The barbarous strike severs your right leg. A huge condor pecks at you. A brutal blow destroys your face. You fall unconscious. You die. The brutal blow destroys your face. Dude, he just pecked us to death. We have negative 135 health. They did over 200 damage to us in that turn. We had max health. Oh great, the pop-up says you are running out of life. You can rest to recover them. No, not in our situation. Okay, that was brutal. Alright, we have failed the tutorial. Alright, let's try this again. Uh-oh. Dude, the darkness is scary. Alright, let's equip this thing. I thought we'd get into a light room pretty soon. Choose your order / scream. Scream like a madman. That was the O command. Interesting. Ooh. That rat did a lot of damage. Thought maybe I would just bash him instead of messing around with the spells. I wonder if that rat is tougher than they're supposed to be. Wow. Alright. You know what? Enough with the tutorial. Let's just start a new game. I want to keep this episode shortish. And this would probably be a good stopping point, but I want to check out the game in this first episode. So let's actually get into it. I'll probably do the tutorial some other time. You guys don't have to watch the rest of it. It looks like we're pretty much through it. And I think some of the, like that condor was probably, we weren't supposed to fight that. We were supposed to use that look command. Alright, pick our name. We only have one class. We have two classes unlocked. We have the warrior. The warrior can train any kind of weapons and may learn to maneuver even with a heavy set of armor. This character class can use ranged weapons and is recommended to do so. This character has a high strength to deal damage and constitution to be durable. Quickness to act is also important in melee combat. We also have the Firefly. It's a shaman adept in offensive magic related to fire and light, and often a follower of the god Ziu. Unfortunately, Fireflies are usually very squishy and should avoid direct combat. They usually excel at their intelligence, which they need for magical power, followed by quickness and luck. Alright, let's play the warrior. Roll the dice. Actually, I'm curious. So the excel stat is marked with this green slash here. It's intelligence for the Firefly and strength for the warrior. Looks like we could keep rolling. I don't know how that's interesting. You imagine people just sit here waiting for awesome stats. I wonder how they're distributed if they're completely random. This does look like a... I mean, I don't know what the range is on these, but 10 strength, high luck, constitution. I'm happy with this. Level up! I guess we're level 1, and we have some skill points. 31, in fact. Do I have to spend them? I don't know what kind of weapon we're gonna have. I know I have my arms. Or I know I have my hands. Maybe we just go unarmed fighting. Probably a weird thing to do. Well, they recommend range. Oh, the decisions. I'm already having a decision paralysis here. I guess that's pretty common. First time playing a game like this. Well, we're a warrior. We want to fight stuff. So I'm guessing we can't have a torch if we're using two-handed blades. I wonder if blunt weapons is one and two-handed. Maybe we can cheat with that. We already have a high one-handed base. Let's raise that a bit. So that used our skill points pretty quickly there. Very high cost as things scale up. Yeah, last one used 12, okay. Let's put like 1 point into there first. You know what? Let's figure out what kind of weapons we use first. We have decent stats in all of these to begin with. Let's not dump points into something we might not use. And I don't want to like force myself into a certain weapon just because we put stats in it. I wonder if I can do these outside of level up or if these points get wasted if I just go now. I think we should use them all though. Let's go with like heavy armor. Oh, look how much that helped. Oh shoot. Can I fix that? I wonder if I just wasted those. I didn't mean to hit that button. Guess we'll find out when we level up if I have a ton of points or not. I was kind of curious to see, because it looked like it went from -1 to +5, which was pretty significant for like 1 point, I thought. Well, we may be hindered right now, not actually using most of our skill points. I'm kind of curious if those got wasted or not. But should probably have a confirmation dialogue box, I think. Might take some notes here, actually. Maybe provide some feedback or a little review or something. So skill points, and I had something else. All right, do that for now. All right, what is our inventory like here? Oh, we have a lot of stuff. Oh, we started with one of every type of weapon. I guess that helps. Canteen, herb plaster. Plaster made of diverse herbs can be used to cure permanent injuries. 11 bandages. I don't have to rip up my clothes yet. Cotton armor. Rigid cotton pants. Okay, let's just go with the single-handed sword for now. Okay, spears look like thrown items. Oh, there's a spear thrower. We start with the polearm too. I feel like polearms might be fun. It's two-handed. What is our blunt weapon here? This is one-handed. Wooden club. Cool. Oh, we have the best stats in this. So let's equip the one-handed sword there. Okay. Can I quiver the spears? I probably need to wield the spear thrower to use that there, right? Okay, we have a dog. The tip said that the dog is important. You pet a Zolo. It'd be hard not to try and read everything. Kuhuatl the shaman says, you must be careful for the terrible Zizumini could rise from the west. Oh, that's a fire. Let's not step onto that. You are burning. I see. How do I stop burning? Do bandages fix that? heal yourself with a bandage. Your body convulses from the heat. Alright, we're not burning anymore. The heck are these? Skeletons? Is there not like an examine command? Am I missing something? Oh, look at this help. Let's take a quick look at this. Examine. A house floor, a lesser Zitsumini. Alright, we're gonna fight you. Get wrecked. You hit the lesser Zitzi with a short Maku sword. The dog bit them. The strike smashes their right calf, cutting through muscle and tendons. They don't look like they have muscle and tendons. The Zolo bites them. They stagger from the destabilizing blow. The Zolo bites them. And they die. Wow. The dog got 3 hits. Alright, we're gonna rest here. Or wait. Nope, our dog's just gonna charge in there. Can I swap places with you? I can. Containers. We've got rings, loincloths, fried food, I guess. More canteens. Is this stealing or can I take everything? Yeah, so one of the, I think the tips, actually, do I have that page up? I'm gonna actually just read this. This is actually really cool. I should have mentioned this earlier. So the last thing on the tips page says there is more than meets the eye. It says a crushing blow to a frozen part of the body may easily destroy it. An electric attack to someone wet will become so much stronger. Too much heat may make you faint. There's several kinds of poisons and poison effects. You may counteract a strong wind by carrying more weight. Discover these things by yourself. So yeah, that goes back to all the interactive systems and stuff we were talking about earlier. And it seems like I like that because it seems like if you're faced with a problem, there's a lot of different things you could potentially do to counteract that or fix it or solve it. And I like that. Like the idea that like, oh, it's too windy here. I'm just gonna like pick up a bunch of rocks. Just seems like something that really kind of tickles my roguelike player brain, where you might like come up with these like big aha moments or these like crazy solutions to things. So, and it's cool that like what you combo like throwing water on someone and then zapping them with like lightning to do more damage, or using ice spells and then like bashing them with like blunt weapons to break their body parts. Some of that stuff can be really cool. I'm really want to see how that plays out in this game. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna take your pants. Stun spores. Wooden spear. What is it? Metattle. You aren't tired enough to sleep. Right. So if I hit 5, do I rest until healed? Indeed I do. You now see Chisoi Melanale Zipili, the human male villager. They say, be careful with wild animals. The darkness made them so restless. So how do you feel about me looking at your pots? You seem okay with that. Just give me all your blowguns, dude. Oh, you got mushrooms. A volcano ring? Oh, you know what? I need to check something here. So I can close this door. How come that door opened in the tutorial? Do you think the big condor opened the door? That must be what happened. What was that? Zolo bites the Kosatli. The Heartless Blow destroys the Kosatli's face. Ooh, brutal, dude. Alright, let's not get too far away from town yet. Well, that's probably the fun part. The shaman sings. The shaman, your friend from the village, says, take this ring, it will help you. What did we gain? Jade ring. Wait, what? Oh, it's capital H. Jade ring, a ring made from jade. We're just gonna put it on, right? Or actually, what? Let's examine it first. You fail trying to identify a jade ring with your artifact skill. Ooh, okay, there's like an identification skill. I like that. That actually sounds really valuable, so you can actually get use of your items early. I wonder if there's like a way you can pay someone in the village to do that as well. We're gonna put it on. Right hand. So did that ID it? Jade ring, luck, I think, ++. This item gives you a positive bonus to luck when you equip it. Cool. That was actually in the tips and tricks section. They said you find an item in town that gives you luck. So we could randomly try on these other rings. I'm kind of tempted to do that, just for fun. We could try to continue our streak of winning roguelikes on our first try. And not take risks like that. But I already wasted all my skill points on level 1. We're not in a good shape to do that. We won't try hard too hard, but we won't throw the game either, which is probably what putting on random rings would mean. Unless there's guaranteed like good rings in some of these places and we just don't know that. Fire darts. We're gonna be really heavy. If you use an altar, you should walk over it and pray. You see an altar to Hecatl, the god of wind. Let's pray. You feel a wind surrounding you and making you faster. Oh, is it like an ally? Our friend's following us? Or maybe he's mad that we stole his items? Who is this? Male human villager. Be careful with wild animals. Oh, come on, we already know that. That's all you guys have to say, huh? Bone armor. More bone armor. God of wind. Is this like a little naked kid? Male human child. Is the end of the 5th sun? Is this the end of the 5th sun? More spears. I'm out of slots. Now, don't I already have spears? Okay, let's do this. Is this our house? No one else is using it. Let's make like a stash. Oh, these are like small. They don't hold a lot. Alright, let's ditch the blowguns. The wooden spears. I don't need any of this stuff. Let's just drop it on the ground, I guess. We'll put it in this corner. We might end up using an axe. Hold up. Oh, because so armor can be this question mark. Could that be magical? I guess so. Alright, we're gonna drop it for now. Ooh, I need... dropping a lot of items feels a little tedious right now. We have bone armor. Tier 3 hard leather. This is also tier 3 hard leather. What's the difference? That one said it can make you warm in the cold. This is light and appropriate wear for summer. Okay. So we have different seasonal armors. Alright, we want to drop a lot of stuff here. Oh, there's too many things on the ground. This isn't NetHack where we can have 70 pages of items. I don't know what's going on there. Oh, there's already too many things? Just one spear thrower? I wonder if that's decided by weight, probably. Man, dropping things is hard. Too many things. Alright, this house isn't big enough. We're dropping things outside now. We have muddy liquid, azure liquid, icy liquid. So these must be potions, I'm guessing. So that might not be water. Okay, I'm noticing some of these items don't have question marks. I wonder what causes that. Like if you can sense the magic in certain items. Okay, let's take the one-handed items. And what is this stone axe? This is one-handed. I don't know if it's better than the sword or not. It's not tiered like the armor. Axe is lighter. Does that mean it's worse? I need more information to make decisions here. I guess we can try both. Alright, I'm gonna drop the two-handed stuff for now. Okay, I'll keep the bow. What is this? Tasty and durable meal made from fried grasshoppers. It's perishable and will rot after X turns. Does that change if I wait? Does. Cool. Alright. I think we're ready to go adventure. Let's do it. Oh god, the boy is loose. What have I done? Alright. We'll come back here. I wanna see some action. You hear that music? So you know things are happening. Alright, we got a snake. Is everything hostile? Huh, that's weird. I can't examine with the keyboard if my mouse is on the screen. Alright, let's pull back into a choke point. Oh, what's the rule? It's a coral snake, right? Black touch yellow, red touch black. They definitely teach us that down here when you're a kid. I can't say I've ever actually... I've probably seen a coral snake in the wild when I was like camping. I definitely have actually. Like only when I was a kid though. I feel like I haven't seen an actual coral snake in the wild in like at least 15 years. Alright, well, that's all changed today. Right now, in Dawn of the Mexica. Let's bash this thing's head in. Try to attack the Queequecoodle with a short Macu sword but fail. Tries to bite you but fails. Alright, let's try again. We hit him with the sword. Tries to bite us but fails. You hear fighting noises from the south. The moderate slash slows the Q, so I think someone else is attacking it as well. Okay, easy enough. We didn't even get hurt. We have a, Matt, oh man. Matt Lactilic Demomi? Oh, I butchered that. Oh, that's our friend. No, what is this? This is a Mazaddle. Okay, that's easier to say. Oh, they're our friend. Come back, Mazaddle. A grunt. Alright, we can't tame them yet, I guess. Butcher this. Oh, we got one meat snake. We got snake meat steak. Ooh, who killed this one? Oh, is he fighting with arrows? I think those arrows. Or meat snakes? What's that noise? Oh, are we like walking in the brush? They're raccoon. Is it hostile? Oh, it's hostile. The side hit makes it stagger. It dropped a meat steak. Oh, I guess that makes sense. Raccoons would steal food. A longsword and a skeleton. Oh, what is that? Tlaquequequotl? And everything feels so abstract when you don't know this language. We got knocked out. What is this? Oh, no. We did it. You fail so spectacularly, you slash yourself. And then it bit us. Our left calf was pierced, and it tried to bite us, but fails. You were bleeding. All right, let's go ahead and use a bandage right away. Actually, where's our friend at? Cannot walk while knocked out. Okay, we're like pinned. Can I use a bandage? You heal yourself with a bandage, and we're still bleeding. So, okay, that's probably not as good as the tourniquet, right? We're knocked out, bleeding, sweating, and tired. Ooh, we are in bad shape. Can I attack you? You cannot attack while knocked out. I guess I'll use another bandage. And just wait? Alright, we're not knocked out anymore. Get him. Boom! Leveled up. Alright, I think we gained, or we retained our skill points that I accidentally forgot to use before. That is good. Alright, so we're using a lot of heavy, or one-handed blades here. I feel like we could sink some points into those. Alright, how about... I assume we're using light armor right now. Let's raise that a bit. Actually, hang on, let's reset. So light armor, we're at -1. I put 3 costs into them. Level 1, we're already at +5. Level 2 costs 6, and only puts us up to +6. So we only want 1 point into that. Is heavy armor the same way with level 2? It is. Alright, I'm gonna put 1 point into that. That's 6 points difference there. It's pretty big. Is everything like that? Like how does our bows change? It only goes up 1. First aid goes up 1. Evaluate creature. Okay, that's a big bonus. Oh, we gotta try Berserk. Physical resilience? We have a lot more skills than we had in the tutorial. Interesting. Let's raise our perception. I kind of want to get the big value points here. It seems like everything that's negative gets a pretty good point. Or a pretty big boost just from 1 point. Liquid identification. I wonder what reading does. Let's get detect traps. It sounds better for surviving. Okay. I accept. Alright. Try killing something else. Alright, our stamina's pretty low here. Let's, like, rest a little bit. I think we were a little lower because we just gained stamina as well, but it looks like it doesn't raise that because our hit points is 100 out of 110. Let's butcher this thing. Nothing useful, huh? Oh, what is that? So we are our own worst enemy. Everything's pretty easy so far. I'm sure that'll change, but like the biggest threat we had was when we attacked ourselves. Alright, I want to see what this eerie glow is. It can't be good, right? Okay, so I think this tired thing pops up when our stamina gets below half, it looks like. Or maybe not quite half, but when it goes low. Alright, let's pick up our steaks. Don't worry, I can save you, dear. 3 meat steaks. Achievement unlocked, bloodstains. So this game has Steam achievements, for those who are into that. I actually personally, in any game, not just like roguelikes, do not care about achievements, but a lot of people really enjoy them. So we've got that for you. It said I made a short jump. It was really short. It was only 1 tile. All right, torches seem good. Will my torch burn out? Yeah, it has fuel. Why is my main weapon? See the green bar? I think our durability is going down. So maybe I need a backup weapon. Like a stone axe. A longbow? So we had a bow. Oh, it said longbow on the ground, but bow in inventory. Oh, our stamina is quite low. Let's rest up. So long rest is for health. Doesn't refill your stamina. It seems like that's intentional because it actually tells you to use the other button for stamina. I wonder why it's like that. How long do these steaks last? Oh, we lost the fried grasshopper. That sounded delicious. Sneak up on this thing. Heck yeah. Your tech pierces their lungs and she slowly and painfully suffocates. Oh my god. Brutal. Let's eat. Do I need to cook the steak? Let's try eating it. You eat meat steaks. I think we're getting pretty far away from town here. Look at our mini-map. That's fine. I'm looking for some danger. Is this a dungeon? The passage to the Chapultepec forest. Oh, we're going in. How do I enter? Uh-oh. How do we do this? Oh, it's upstairs. I had to go upstairs. Achievement unlocked. Your journey begins. Oh, so this is where stuff gets real, huh? This goes back to the rainforest. Interesting. What is that? A dense bush. Hey, where's my dog? Dog? We didn't lose our dog, did we? Vicious raccoons out here. Should we try sleeping? I'm not tired enough. Alright, let's rest. Stamina. What is this? Thirsty. Uh-oh. Let's try drinking the azure liquid. I hope it's just water. Actually, let's examine it first. Identified. It's inner heat liquid. Can I ID this other stuff? You fail. Keep trying. Doesn't look like it. What about this one? No. Alright, so what is inner heat liquid? It doesn't say. You can pour it over yourself. That's case of cudism. Can I drink out of the water? You drink some greenish water, it tastes bad. Alright, but I'm not thirsty. I take that as a win. Alright. Let's check out some of this floor. Oh no, what is that? A Crotalus Viper. Bring it on. Oh, what's behind you? A bee swarm? Cruelly cut on a vital zone. Oh, am I blocking my friend from coming in? Let's move. Jeez. Their stamina's getting low. You slip and hurt yourself. Am I knocked out? I'm stunned. What does stun do? I'm just gonna rest. We need to recover stamina anyways. Okay, well. Alright, let's recover our stamina here. So all the, like, the combat system seems really intricate. It seems like a little awkward in some cases. Some of these messages. I think it... If I'm going to be brutally honest, some players might perceive the way some of these messages are written as like a lack of polish. Like there's definitely like improvement that can be added into some of this stuff. I'll try and pay more attention to that, but it seems like it's almost like trying to pair certain actions and stuff, and it's not always clear. Like it seems like it says like stunning attack and like different types of attacks, but you're not like intentionally doing something. So I don't know if it's a % chance or if it's like that means it's a critical or what and stuff like that. Some of the stuff like I ate one meat steak and it said you eat steaks. I mean, that's all minor stuff. I don't care about that stuff. I think some players might care about that kind of stuff. So if you haven't noticed it, it's something to be aware of in this game, I would say. But again, these games, I guess you do want to improve on that stuff if you want them to be more accessible to like a wider audience, and in particular, and I don't mean this in like a negative way, but a casual audience, an audience of players who aren't used to roguelike games, because a lot of players might pick something like this up and not look past all this stuff and look at the core mechanics of the games, and those are the kinds of things that roguelike players really enjoy, are the mechanics. And this game has cool mechanics in spades so far. I'm really interested to explore more of those, and I'm really curious to see how the difficulty goes up, because that first area was very easy. Now, the game, like, didn't even treat that as, like, the real game. It said, like, the journey begins once I left that area, so I think we're in, like, the real part of the game now. So I'm definitely excited to see where we go from here. I'm curious to see what the level gen kind of looks like. Like, these are just like forests so far. See if I can back up here, get choke point. Uh-oh, we're stunned. Wow, we suck. Wait, we're using a wooden club now. Were we using it the whole time? We should be using the sword. I think I did equip that, didn't I? You move too slowly and your blow lands nowhere. Alright, this isn't working. Let's equip the sword. Oh, we don't have the sword, so I think our sword broke, and now we're forced to use the club. Here, how about this? Unwield that. Extinguish that. And unwield it. It looks like combat is going on while we're in this screen. Alright, let's wield the sword in both hands. This is the two-handed sword. Oh my god, I can't see you. Assume we're getting like a penalty here. I'm like guessing where they're at. Oh, I need stamina. You hear fighting noises? I think they're missing me too. Alright, I killed something. That was a little weird. I think we had a bit of a stalemate there. And then fighting the darkness was weird, but we leveled up. Oh, this is interesting. You can lose stats when you level up. Our intuition went down. What do we want to put skill points into? Are there any of these? Alright, let's raise our reading. And then, so we get everything up to like a base level. Wait, the cost dropped down to 3. Does that reset every time? Very curious to test that. It seems like you could get more, if that is the case, you get more value from your skill points by distributing them at each level instead of sinking them into one thing. But it could just be your stats affecting that as well. Well, I want to see evaluate creature do something. Sounds like a cool skill. Alright, we'll accept that. Alright, I need to get my torch back. This is hard to play without being able to see anything. We're actually almost out of that torch, which is a scary thought with that in mind. So what do I equip? I guess we do equip the club. That's all I got. I could go back to town for another sword. That's probably the best thing to do. Alright, let's chop these things up. Take our steaks. I don't really know what the steaks do. Do they give you stamina, hit points? With all the other systems in this game, I haven't noticed a hunger system. Ooh, this is rough. Now I'm tired. Alright, I gotta run from this thing. I gotta get another sword. We don't fight with this kind of weapon very well. Oh no, there's a raccoon out here too. Maybe I should try using the bow. I gotta reevaluate my stats and get a new weapon. Alright, where was town at? Stamina is low. Let's follow the blood trails back. Okay, yeah, I remember this place. Our torch is no longer lit. Ooh, alright. Alright, we made it back to town. And our items are still here, it seems like. Cool. Alright, well, let's call this there. This went a little long, mostly because of the tutorial, which I felt like we should do. I didn't want to do the tutorial and then, like, leave that out, because that's when I'm learning a lot of the stuff about the game and getting my first impressions of a lot of the mechanics and stuff, so that felt important, even though it didn't have exciting gameplay. But I haven't decided if we'll continue this as a series on this specific run, or if I might play this independently and we'll come back to it. It seems kind of complex, and I might want to mess around with it on my own. But this game looks... It has a lot of potential. I'm really interested to see how the gameplay... I keep saying that, but it's so true. Any new roguelike, I'm really interested to see what they do with it, especially a game that is this far along and, you know, complete and has a lot of mechanics that I've never like seen before. It's my first time playing, of course, obviously. So I'm definitely very excited and, you know, to see how the game is. Anyways, I'll stop rambling. If you made it this far, awesome. Thank you for watching. Do the thumbs up down there if you haven't followed the channel. I do a lot of stuff like this. I have a lot of other roguelikes I'll be checking out soon. In this new year and very soon, I got a lot of cool stuff going on, not just on the YouTube channel, but with the community that we're on Discord. Definitely check that out. If you like games like this and discussion and a lot of nerdy stuff and other stuff like that. People share food and pet pictures and all kinds of cool stuff. It's a great community. And the Twitch channel and all that. Lots of cool stuff coming. But I will leave you at that. Thanks for checking out Dawn of the Mexica with me today. And I'm looking forward to continuing this game at some point, whether with or without you guys. Whether I continue the series or not, I will let people know how the game is as I continue to play it. But thanks again, guys, and I'll check you out next time. So later.